And the green flag is out on the second. The NASCAR Pokemon Cup Series playoffs is underway. And the racing is already tough here, folks. And Austin Talley off to a good start. He's going to lead the first, off to a good start. And 3 wide for the lead here, folks. And Aaron Mason's gonna lead. Look at that. And here comes the 18 of Dylan White on the bottom, looking to get the lead back. And who's gonna lead the first lap? It is going to be a battle. Oh, and they're still moving. Wow, this is a very long track. But it has some decent racing. Look at that, 4, 5, 6 wide racing. And you can go on forever and lead in the first lap. It's going to be it's going to be the 18 of Dylan White. Ah, shoot. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about that. Joseph Clark is now the leader. And, sorry if you couldn't hear my voice, I know, but and now here comes the 24, Joseph Clark. He's still the leader, but Shane Ray's now in second. And now here comes Ben Ward for the 2. And oh boy, they're just like intense racing here, folks. And surprisingly have not yet to wreck. And the second lap's already done, and Ben Ward's the leader. And Luke Walker's going up from the second spot, from the dead last to second. What a comeback. And oh boy. And now the 51. Oh, by the way, the cutoff of the 22nd spot, that is now to Jason Marshall. But with these cars congested, oh, someone's in the grass, someone's in the grass, someone's in the grass, someone is in the grass. Kyle Sanoski, did they save it? Are they going to save it? Yes, they will. They saved it. Wow. They were pushed down the grass. They saved it. Here comes Luke Walker, looking to get the lead, looking to lead a lap for himself. And Luke Walker is trying to get the lead away from the 51 of Joseph Clark. Field's been separated a little bit. And Luke Walker will lead that lap. But Leia Walker, here she comes for the lead. And wow, Carol, these guys are saved it, but they're going to be very slow, and it's going to take a miracle for them to come back to the playoff spot. are still lining up. Look at that. Look at the views from the other cars. There's one car that's very slow back there. It's a long track. It is a long one. You see the view cars from there. And they're going at 281 miles per hour. And what happened back there? I don't know what was going on with these cars, but they're very slow. And they're going to the pits. They're heading for pit stops to fix their damage. But Jason Marshall's going to lead that lap. And Marshall leads, but Max Skinner going for the second spot. And now Max Skinner is into the second spot now. And the 9 of Austin Talley is now going for the lead. And Austin Talley has the lead. Oh no, but Inner Expo's looking on the bottom. Look at Inner Expo, he's on the bottom. He's looking to get another win here in the Pokemon. Oh no, and George Walker, they all spin. And Max Skinner's around. Caution is out. There's a wreck in Max Skinner. Look at him. Wow, he's just going on the bottom. He is upside down. He's moving very fast. Wow. That is one big wreck. And the caution is out. And the question is, who will lead to the line? Is it going to be Lewis Gordon? And Lewis Gordon looks like he might have the advantage. But Martin Zakala's on the bottom. He's looking to make his move. And no, he will not do it. And it will be Lewis Gordon leading the caution. And Jason Marshall is also hit as well. Tough break for Jason Marshall. Was looking to get in as the dark horse. But it might not happen this time. So let's see what happened to the wreck between 98.9 and 56. The wreck started around here. Let's see where it started. George Rourke got into to Austin Talley, and no, he got into the well, let's see. The wreck started around here. It had to have started somewhere, and it was, I think, right around here. And I'm sorry, I have to. And now the wreck begins here. There was the wreck here in the back, and the 98 just flipped around and went for a wild ride. Upside down below, Marshall was hit as well, and Austin Talley, they were hit. Amazingly, there were no caution. No one else was involved besides those three, and they were sliding up on the track very quickly. Look at that, he just flipped upside down extremely quickly. I mean, that's just, wow. Hope he's alright. Max Skinner's going to be alright from this wreck, but that was one big one, and that was a scary one. And there you see Skinner's upside down, and these guys are probably ending their hopes of getting into the next round. Pace car is coming. Pace car is out. We'll see if anybody pits. It's going to be a long caution period. And there are other people pitting in the back. There are people pitting in the back, but the leaders are going for it. The leaders have not pitted. There were pits in the back, but the leaders have not pitted, and we just got breaking news. Dylan White will not be advancing to the next round. Neither will Monica Carroll, nor Jason Marshall, nor Max Skinner. They all involved in accidents, and I don't know how about Dylan White. He must have gotten a pit road. Something must have went wrong on pit road. so I guess he wasn't able to make it. And Jason Marshall officially retired with a radiator problem. So those four not moving on. Remember, the top 22 move on. If the race were to end right now, Charles Jackson would be the last one to get in. He got in by last chance qualifier. No. Wow, Charles Jackson now in 11. I apologize. It probably would be Seth Cole. And Lewis Gordon has decided to pit. And Lewis Gordon surrendering his lead. He decides to pit. And now we're going to go under green next flag. We're going to have 12 laps to go. But it's going to be a long 12 laps. Anyone retired? No one else did. And where's Lewis Gordon? He'll start in around 19th. Lewis Gordon will start 19th. He gave up the lead to pit, so he decides to pit. Charles Sanford will be the leader. Then it's Haley Hamilton, Abby Sachs, Austin Talley, Jacob Lawler, Riley Ogle, Kyle Slanowski, Joseph Clark, Jordan Ippolito, and Hayden Klein, the top 10. Luke Walker has the 22nd and final transfer spot. So now we're going to get back under green next time by. Pace car is out on the road, and look at that, the 1 and the 77 trying to catch up to the field. Get back to racing. We'll have 12 laps to go to decide the top 22 moving on to the next round. And the green flag is out here again at Howagabon. And right off the bat, they're going back to work. Here comes Charles Sanford's already pulling away. He is already pulling away. Wow, that's unusual for a track like this. He's already pulling away. And look at that, they're left to fend for second. The 51, 38, 39, they're all fighting. 24 is also as well. Going to be a close finish for the next line if there isn't going to be more. Uh-oh, Jacob Lawler is coming back up. He's going for the lead. And I knew the lead would not last. Jacob Lawler now has the lead. Lewis Gordon right behind him. And now Lawler has the lead, but Lewis Gordon on the bottom. He's looking to make his move, and he will make his move. And now Lewis Gordon, here come the final turn, and Lewis Gordon will lead the lap. 11 laps to go, and the cutoff at the 22nd spot is belonged to Leia Walker. Seth Cole is now the lead as he makes his move, and now Luke Walker is looking to get in as well. And now they're still battling for 3 wide position. I think it's for the 22nd and final spot. It's occupied by Leia Walker, but it might not be anymore. And they're still beating, banging for that last spot. They are really fighting for this. There's 11 laps to go, and Luke Walker is retaking the lead. And Luke Walker is retaking the lead. And Luke Walker will lead another lap here. The 1 in 22nd now, it is Pichu. Leo Walker was stuck in 25th. And here comes Aaron Mason. He got in by last chance qualifier. He's looking to get the lead. He's looking to come from last chance qualifier to a top spot in the second round. Right now he is the only driver from the last chance qualifier inside the top 22. And now Ben Ward's looking to get the lead back, and he will get the lead back as Ben Ward's the lead. And now Aaron Williams looking on the bottom. Aaron Williams is going for that battle. 3-wide battle for second. They better be careful. They're very close and they have to slow down. They had to slow down a little bit. And now the cars are separated. Wow. Oh, wait a minute. No, they're going to pits. Oh, no, they're going to take green flag pit stops. These guys are going green flag pit stops. Oh, wow. Green flag pit stops, folks. And Kostanowski is very slow. I don't know if they'll ever catch up to him, but with them going to pits for the green flag, I'm not sure. And now Luke Walker is actually going to... Wait, let's see who lead that lap. It was Luke Walker. Wow. Impressive. Luke Walker led another lap. But will he hold on, as there are going to be 9 laps to go? Will be 9 laps to go. The 1 in 22nd now is Shane Ray. And now Luke Walker has the lead, but the pit stops will come halfway. They don't come like in the last turn. They come halfway, and it could slow down to some other car and jeopardize someone else's chances. So who will be the next to go green flag pit stops? And Luke Walker still has the lead, as Jacob Lawler is now in the second spot. Sorry about that, I was just checking something. And now the next turn is where everyone else pits. And Luke Walker and the leaders, they decide to pit. The green flag, they decide to pit right now. George Rourke is there in the pits. And these guys are going green flag pit stops. The new leader is going to be... Hold on, I'm sorry. Trying to get to the leader. I think it's going to be Max Skinner. No, it can't be Max Skinner. It's William Duncan, I'm sorry. I apologize for the mistake. It's William Duncan that's going to be leading the line. There'll be 8 laps to go. 8 laps to go for these drivers. Will they stay out longer? Or will they have to go for green flag pit stops? Shane Ray is 22nd, and he is still the last spot to get in. And now William Duncan is slowing down. He's dropping spots. Like, wow. He dropped like 3 spots in that one turn. Chris Harley is now the leader. But they won't fight for the lead. They're just fighting to survive. But these guys still want to win somehow to get themselves in and locked in, something like that. And now here comes the turn part where they decide to pit. There's George Rourke in the 1, but he's very far away, and this track is very big, so he's probably not going to be a big factor in this race. And here come the period of green flag pit stops, and the 31-21 have decided to pit. Avi Sachs is now the new leader as these guys stay out. As the others on the bottom below pit, these guys decide to stay out for a little longer. And now there's only about 5 drivers left in the podium. 5 drivers left competing for the victory. But the question is, will they pit, or will they get a caution to end the race? 7 laps to go here at Haligabon. And here comes Aaron Mason for the lead. Ben Ward in the 2 holds the 22nd spot. Shane Ray actually moved up to 12th and the last spot is now occupied by Ben Ward. Aaron Mason is now the lead. These guys have not pitted in a while, so will they pit this time? And There's only about the top 5 are left. Others are just pitting. And I think Shane Ray might get the lead if these guys decide to pit. If all 5 of them decide to pit, I think it's going to be Shane. If the top 5 decide to pit, it probably will be Barney Ward or someone else in the top 5 because... And it's Jason Posada in 6. Here it comes. Oh, look at that. They're on the lap car of George Rourke. And the 6 and the 14 pit. And so does the leaders. But Hayden Klein is staying out, and he's the only driver from the top 5 to stay out. So Hayden Klein is playing the risk game, and he's trying to get the win and trying to pull off pit strategy. He just passed George Rourke, but now George Rourke is a lap down. It looks like his chances have been thwarted. But wait a minute, Hayden Klein slowed down. Uh-oh, this isn't good. Hayden Klein is slowing down. What's going on? An instant in the stripe and he's out of fuel. Hayden Klein is out of fuel. He just slowed down and he's out of fuel. It looks like he's out of fuel because he's very slow on the track. Big mistake for him to stay out an extra lap and he's out of fuel. Unbelievable. Hayden Klein is out of fuel. And who is going to be the leader when Hayden Klein runs out? Oh my goodness, Hayden Klein is out of fuel. He should have stayed out a 1 lap longer and it cost him. And now he's very slow on the track. He knows he's not gonna win this race. And who is in second? Oh boy, 42 Chris Harley. It's gonna be a slow and painful death. It's gonna be a slow and painful death for Hayden Klein. He stayed out too long and he's out of fuel. And now we watch as he will wait and stand. Unfortunately, he will not have enough fuel to finish this race and to get into the second round. It's got to be gut-wrenching for the Burger King Racing team to have a problem like that. That's got to be really tough. Hayden Klein stayed out too long and now he's out of fuel. And there goes the leaders. There goes Shane Ray. And Shane Ray now has the lead. There goes the other ones in there finally. And the 83 has finally been passed. And there he is, still running out very slow. But the question is, will anybody hit him? Wow. It's a very sad end for the 83 team. They were in contention of getting into the playoffs, and unfortunately this had to happen. He runs out of fuel, doesn't have enough to finish, and now he's stuck there slowly dying. His car is slowly dying, and is out of fuel. He couldn't make it in. What heartbreak for the 83. It was just incredible. He stayed out for a lap too long. Unbelievable. What a day. What a day. And Shane Ray is pitting. So now Luke Walker into the stripe is the leader. Luke Walker's the leader with 5 laps to go. The one holding in 22nd now is going to be the 10 of Leia Walker. They just changed it. And now Ben Ward in the 2 is the leader. That's what I think they say. These 5 cars are left to fight for themselves. Update on Hayden Klein. He's trying to get into the pits as much as he can. Question is, will any of them hit him? Sorry about that. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Here comes the pit window. Will anybody go in? And they just passed Hayden Klein like it was nothing. And there's Hayden Klein in the pits. So he's now in the safe haven in the pits. No one will attack him there. But it must be gut-wrenching for Hayden Klein's team knowing that they were so close to getting into the playoffs and then they ran out of fuel in the middle of the lap. And it's got to be heartbreaking. And now the Ward brothers are 1-2. There will be 4 laps to go when they hit the stripe, and a caution, the next flag ends the race. The Ward brothers are 1-2. They know they might get in unless if they run out of fuel somehow. And the one occupying 22nd now is Pichu. Right now, these Ward brothers are battling for themselves. The Ben and Barney Ward. Ben Ward has one more win than Barney, and now Barney's trying to even his brother. It's a sibling brother battle. And uh-oh, something happened. Because they look like they're slow. Oh boy, are they out of fuel? Either they're out of fuel or the caution is out. The caution is out. The caution flag is out and the race is over. And Ben Ward is going to get another victory. Ben Ward knows he's won this last chance qualifier and no one can make their moves. And it was probably because Hayden Klein was slow and he stopped in the middle of the track. And that was what caused the caution. The caution flag is out and the race is over. We knew it with 4 laps to go, and next flag would end the race. And this was the caution flag, it might be over. And unless if Ben Ward and Barney Ward pit, they'll finish 1-2 in the second round of in the qualifying round in the playoffs. And they'll advance on to the next round. And those who stay in 22nd, and the one in 22nd, it's Pichu. Unless if he pits, he could get in. Caution flag is out for Hayden Klein, being very slow on the pit road. Hayden Klein stopping in the middle of the pit road caused this caution. And now the race is over, and our positions have been set for the top 22. Unless if anyone else pits, and uh-oh. Oh man. Ben Ward, what are you doing? He's pitting. He's pitting. Ben Ward's pitting. Oh my gosh. He's pitting. Caution ends the race. He has the victory in his hands and now he's giving it away. We hope he doesn't know this, but it might affect him in the top 22 as well. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Hello everybody and welcome to the NASCAR Pokemon Cup Series Playoffs Round 2. We're here live at Orange City in the island of the Pacific to see which 11 drivers will move on to Central to duke it out for the championship. So now, without further ado, let's go through the starting lineup, even though you already know the pole setter. And sorry for the microphone bumps here, I apologize, but here's the starting lineup. Starting 22nd is the 93 of Luke Walker. Starting 21st is the 99 of Pichu. Starting 20th is the 47 of Interexpo, and 19th is the 36 of John Radican. Starting 18th is the 13 of Seth Cole, and starting 17th is the 14 of Aaron Mason. Starting 16th is the 48 of Aaron Williams, and 15th is the 21 of Jason Posada. Starting 14th is the 22 Lewis Gordon, and 13 is the 20 of Shane Ray. Starting 12th is the 29 of Barney Ward, and starting 11th is the 15 of Kyle Sanoski. Starting 10th is the 30 of Martin Zakala, and 9th is the 10 of Leia Walker. Starting 8th is the 11 of Avi Sachs, and 7th is the 2 of Ben Ward. Starting 6th is the 24 of Joseph Clark, and 5th is the 42 of Christopher Harley. Starting 4th is the 31 of Jordan Ippolito, and 3rd is 6 of William Duncan. Starting 2nd is the 51 of Jacob Baller, and on the pole is the 32 of Charles Jackson. And now, without further ado, let's hear those famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines!
Sorry if you hear bumps in the microphone or something. Just trying to get used to testing something out. And I don't think anyone's going to go home with problems. Nope. Charles Jackson will lead the field for 30 laps of orange racing action for 11 spots in the final round at Zandjoltis. The rest who didn't make it to the field will have to race in the Constellation Exhibition race, also held in Zandjoltis. It's not for a championship, but it's to race one more time, so every one of them is going to race again at Zandjoltis, but just only top 11 would be eligible for the championship. And one more thing, TA2 drivers Luke Walker, Leia Walker, and Pichu are not eligible for the championship. Green flag is out, we're underway at Orange City. Sorry for the lack of fanfare. And here comes the 6 of William Duncan battling for the lead. And William Duncan has the lead. And here comes Chris Harley in the 42. He's looking to get the lead as well. And now they're 4 wide for the second, for the lead. Who's going to lead the first lap? Uh-oh. It's going to be close. It's going to be Ben Ward. Wow. Ben Ward will lead the first lap, but it might not be for long. I thought it was going to have like 2-car tandems, but apparently, wow, there's 4 wide racing at this track. That's something unexpected. They better be careful because 4 wide is not usually the best move here at this track, even at a track like this. Ben Ward, oh, they're squished up. They're squished, they're squished, they're squished. And who's going to lead the second lap? It's either going to be Aaron Mason or Aaron Williams. It's going to be Aaron Mason, but Aaron Williams will get the lead back on the next lap. Or is he? Here comes John Radigan for the lead. Sorry about that. And here comes Pichu. Started all the way from the back of the pack and now in the front. And Pichu's now in the front, but here comes Seth Cole for the 13. And the caution is out. Caution is already out. Race to the line. And Luke Walker's right behind him. Remember, TA2 drivers are not eligible for the championship, but they could still get in at Zandjoltis since Seth Cole will lead the field to the caution. And it was pole setter Charles Jackson that was the victim in the wreck. Oh boy, there were more victims. Hold on, as you see. So here's what happened. The 30 of Martin Zakala spun. Then Chris Harley gets into the 30. They both jump. Wow. Is this Orange City or Zandjoltis? They jump. And then Harley comes back on top to hit William Duncan, who was already suffered damage from that wreck. They all jump around and they spin. And their hopes of going for the title might have been over. On that wreck, those title hopes for them are probably over, likely. Sorry if I had to, sorry about that. I'm sorry about everything. I apologize in advance for the camera blips. Just testing something out. Yeah, it's probably not a good time to test at a time like this, but yeah, I don't really have a lot of time in my hands to do this kind of stuff, and I'm trying to get as best as I could because I want to finish at the before the Christmas break. And Chris Harley, Charles Jackson, William Duncan will not be moving on to the next. Will not be going to the finals. All three of them have retired of accident. Don't know about Martin Zakala, but he'll probably. That's probably going to be a miracle for It would be a miracle for Martin Zakala to make a comeback with damage. And Lewis Gordon, for some reason, is in 19th instead of Zakala. I guess Lewis Gordon might have taken a bad pit stop or something. Speaking of which, none of the leaders have taken pit stops yet. The question is, will we ever see a pit stop? But with all this 4 or 5 wide racing, well, the 4 or 5 wide racing makes up for it without pit stops. So we can still have a good race even with no pit stops. We've always had it before. We've had always good races with no pit stops, but with adding pit stops makes it more of a twist. But hey, we still have good racings without pit stops, so it's not bad. Anyway, your top 5: Seth Cole, Luke Walker, Pichu, John Radican, and Interexpo. Jordan Ippolito, Bonnie Ward, Aaron Williams, Ben Ward, Aaron Mason, and Avi Sachs as the top 11. The rest of the top 11. Green flag is out here in Orange City. And Seth Cole got a good start. If you probably didn't hear me before, Luke Walker, Leia Walker, and Pichu, they can advance to the next round at Zanjoltis if they finish in the top 11, but they are not eligible to win the championship. If one of TA2 drivers wins, if one of the 3 win the race itself, the championship race if they're in itself, then the one finishing in second, if it's not a TA2 driver, the next highest ranked driver that's not a TA2 driver, that's not Luke, Leia, or Pichu, will win the title, will be declared champion. And now Luke Walker is in the lead. Jordan Ippolito, though, is going for the lead, and Interexpo is going to make it 3 wide. And Interexpo makes it 3 wide. He gets it. He gets it. He'll get it. Aaron Williams. Here comes Aaron Williams, though, for the lead. And Aaron Williams tries to get the lead. As we're about 1/3 of the race finished. Sorry. Here comes Ben Ward in the 2, and here comes the 51 of Jacob Lawler. They're trying to get a spot here. Won't matter if you win, as long as you finish in the top 11, you're in to the finals. We could probably go. We're racing here again in the MLP Cup Series soon, so it's going to be good. Jason Posada is the leader. Barney Ward won the last race, the first round playoff round at Haugaban. I think that's what it was called. Bonnie Ward won out after his brother Ben pitted out of generosity or something. But Aaron Mason and Kyle Sanowski's in the grass, and they don't save it. They wreck. There's a wreck in the back. Pichu, Shane Ray, and virtually most of the field is involved. Caution is out. And Jordan Ippolito is just riding up. Zakala is jumping around like crazy. Whoa! Martin Zakala is jumping like crazy. And who's going to lead all through that? Is Avi Sachs. And only these 2 drivers, and plus Sanowski maybe, have survived. And these guys also, albeit with damage. That was one heck of a wreck. And what is Leia doing in the wrecks of the pits? First we gotta check out what happened to Leia Walker. Here's what happened to Leia Walker. She was trying to get into the pits to fix for damage, and then she must have lost control or something. She was in the grass, jumps around, and hits the tire barrier. Wow. As if her day couldn't get any worse. With a ton of people involved in the wreck, you gotta wonder if there's gonna be actually enough. If all of these drivers are going to retire, and whatever spot they retire in could actually help them win the title, it could actually help them advance to the next round. That could be a possibility. I'm gonna try to get you the best view I can possibly get for you in the track. Here's what happened. Kosanoski, and look, 51 Lawler, 14-29, they spun. Pichu spins. Ippolito gets hit by Radican. Ben Ward gets clipped. 20, Shane, 22 hit. They all flip, and there's 31, he's jumped around. And then they make a pile-up, and then there's Martin Zakala. Joseph Clark is spinning. And wait for it. He's going to jump over. And he jumps. He jumps over the 20 and into the 31. Weird, huh? Weird. My goodness. What a wreck. Let's go on board with Martin Zakala. On board with Martin Zakala. That must be a hard hit. On board with Jordan Ippolito. So what a wreck that has been, and you gotta wonder if there's any gonna be drivers retiring. Who is gonna be the last one retiring? With all the drivers involved in the wreck, it seems though, yeah, everyone is pitting. Virtually everyone's pitting, and look at that. Look at that. How did that happen? What the heck happened? What the heck just happened? Oh my god. What just happened? I'll tell you what. Let me see if I can get a good view from pit road 1. Apparently not. Yeah, I guess this is the best view I could possibly give you for the wrecks in there in the front. I'll tell you what just happened. Aaron Mason slams into the pit, to the tire barrier, and I don't know why he was doing that. He was trying to find pit road, and apparently couldn't see, and then Pichu and Barney Ward get scraped. Joseph Clark has to wait until the smoke clears, but so does Seth Cole, Barney Ward, and Clark makes it through, but John Radican slams hard into Seth Cole. They go for spin. Jacob Bowler and Shane Ray join in as well. I do not know why they didn't slow down on the wreck, and they just speed it off. Really? That's not the way. Well, it's going to be pretty tough to decide who's going to be going to the final round with all these kinds of wrecks on the pit road. It's going to be pretty tough. And the smoke will clear, and let's see. Let's see if we got everything clear. It is now official. We only have 7 drivers left in the field, and the ones finishing from 8th through 11th have retired, and those are the drivers that are going to be advancing to the next round by default. Kyle Sanoski, Ben Ward, Barney Ward, and Aaron Mason, despite retiring in 8th through 11th, will advance to the final round at Zenjoltis. Pichu finishes 12th, and unfortunately, he could not make it. But even if he did make it, even if Pichu did make it, he would not be eligible to win the championship. So anyway, well, tough break for Pichu, but it didn't matter anyway. He wasn't going to win either way, even if he did make it in. So Kyle Sanoski, Ben Ward, Barney Ward, and Aaron Mason made it to the top 11 somehow while retired, and are going to be eligible for the final round. Now, one question remains unanswered from this race. Who's going to win? And we're about to find out, as only 8 drivers are left in the track. And those are Jason Posada, Interexpo, Avi Sachs, Aaron Williams, Luke Walker, Lewis Gordon, Joseph Clark. Those are the 8 that are still left in the track vying for a win. All these drivers have locked in. Since there's only 8 drivers left and all 8 of them are on the track, all 8 of those are locked in regardless of result. No matter who finishes in, no matter who wins the race, no matter who wins the race, and no matter what caution they get involved in, and no matter what happens, they're in to the final round. But now they're competing for a victory, and possibly some extra money to go with it, if there is any money that's gonna go with it. Anyway, green flag is out. Like I said earlier, the 8, Sanoski, the Wards, and Aaron Mason move on to the next round automatically by default, even though they retired from this race. And then they were 8, and then there were 7. Only 7 drivers are left on the left on the track. They're now just competing for simply a win. They want to win. No matter what happens, no matter what caution happens, all 8 of them are going to be locked in. Here comes Interexpo. He's looking to get the lead away from Jason Posada. And here comes Luke Walker looking to make it 3 wide. I would not be surprised if all 8 of them retired from this race, and we have a race where we never finished, where we didn't finish, and all drivers retired before the race reached its completed obligation laps. I would not be surprised if that happened. Even if it did happen, though, the top 11 would be decided. And Avi Sachs is going to the pit road. I guess the damage was too much for his car to handle. Luke Walker will have the lead. And Luke Walker is the only driver in the field that is remaining on the track that has yet to win a race in the Pokemon Cup Series. Wouldn't it be special if he won here at Orange City? Even if he didn't win, though, he would still be in, but despite the win, even if he did win in advance of the finals, at Zengultis he would not be eligible to be to win the championship. Neither would Pichu and Leo Walker. As we have about 12 laps to go. A dozen laps to go, and Pichu and Luke Walker still leading. Aaron Williams is now in second. He has 2 wins in the series. Interexpo is going for the second spot, though, away from Aaron Williams. Interexpo is tied for the most wins this season with Joseph Clark with 3. And Lewis Gordon won at Las Vegas. And there's a 21 of Jason Posada. He won at Talladega. And Avi Sachs is just way too far away. And Avi Sachs is way too far away to make any move. But the question is, he's actually very close. Will he play a factor in Luke Walker's lead? That is the question. At this point, Avi Sachs has no chance of a victory here with damage he's done in 7th. He's about to get lapped pretty soon. Pretty very quickly. But Avi Sachs is still in to the final round. Even no matter what happens to Avi Sachs, he's still in to the final round. Here comes Jason Posada battling for second in the back. But the question is, will Avi Sachs play a factor in Luke Walker's lead as we have 10 laps to go? Lewis Gordon trying to help out for second. All 4 of them are trying to catch up to Luke Walker. Leia has 2 victories in Leia has a victory, I think, at Pigs Cliff. And Pichu have 2 wins at Texas, and another one, I forgot the track, but Pichu has 2 victories, Leia has 1. Luke hasn't had a victory in the Pokemon Cup Series since last season's finale at Zengultis, where he won both the last year's season finale at Zengultis. No, last season's season finale, Luke Walker won both the qualifying race and the race itself. Matt McMurray won the title that last season, but Luke Walker had a victory. He has not won since, and he's looking to get his first win of this season. Jason Posada pits. 8 laps to go for Luke. Will Luke pit? With all the pit road madness we've had before, he's hoping that someone messes up in pit road and causes a caution that ends the race. Unfortunately, we're not in that category right now. We're not into the 5 lap to go period right now. And now they're battling 3 wide for second spot. And none of the 4 are going to pit right now. It's going to be 7 laps to go. And there's Posada. He's going to get lapped. But hey, Jason Posada is still in the playoffs. He's still in the final round regardless, because there's only 8 drivers left on the field, and he's one of them. And the drivers 8th through 11th already been decided, because by default they wrecked, and they somehow were credited for 8th and 11th. But none of them will pit at this point. There'll be 6 laps to go. 6 to go for Luke Walker. No one has been challenging him for the lead pretty much. But the question is, will Aaron Williams catch up and get a win, or will Interexpo do it? And will Luke Walker be able to pit? If he does pit, though, it'll be a big factor. He'll be a lap down, and the others are going to go for the win. There comes the pit window, and Aaron Williams is getting closer to Luke Walker. He's catching up to Luke Walker. 5 laps to go, though, and a caution might end the race. Aaron Williams is on the bumper of Luke Walker. And here comes Aaron Williams for the lead. And Aaron Williams has the lead. Interexpo's trying to follow suit. Uh-oh. Are they going to make it 3 wide? And they will make it 3 wide. Battle for the lead. None of them will pit. 4 laps to go, and the next flag ends the race with 4 to go. Aaron Williams will get the lead on the lap. It's still Luke Walker's looking to fit in for 3 wide. Oh boys, it's going to be a wild race. Lewis Gordon, he's right behind in the back there in the 4th. He's like the 4th wheel. And now Luke Walker somehow, from the middle, gets the lead back. But will it be for long? Interexpo's on the bottom. 3 laps to go. Can Luke Walker hold off a tough Interexpo and Aaron Williams? Or will Lewis Gordon, and look at Lewis Gordon, he's caught up to the field. Caught up to the field, I meant to say. Interexpo is now 2nd. Luke Walker has some leverage behind them. Remember, no matter where they're finished, they're still into the final round, as there's only 8 drivers left in the field. Uh-oh, here comes Avi Sachs on the lap, and Interexpo will pit with 2 to go. Will Luke Walker have enough fuel to stretch it to the finish? Remember, even if Luke does not get the win, he's still into the final round. Lewis Gordon is now 2nd. He passes Aaron Williams for the 2nd spot. Here comes the pit stall on the final turn. Here it comes. And Luke Walker will not pit at this point, so he'll see the white flag. 1 lap to go for Luke Walker. Can Luke Walker finally get his first win of the season? And yes, he will. The caution is out. He will get his first win of the season. The caution is out. Caution flag is out. The race is over. The race is over. But one question remains unanswered. Will Luke pit? Here comes pit window. Will Luke pit? And Luke Walker will not pit. Coming off the final turn. And Luke Walker will get his first win of the season at Orange City. And the other 8 drivers left in the field will head into the final round at Zenjoltis. Congratulations to Luke Walker on getting his first win of the season. What a race. My goodness. And Luke Walker stretched enough fuel to make it in. And if you're wondering what happened to the caution, well, we probably saw it for a brief second, but I'm just gonna show you what happened in the pits. And Luke Walker knew that the caution was going to come out soon because of pit problems, and it's been a big factor in this race. And, well, it happened again. This time to Aaron Williams. He jumps up, misses pit window, and boom, slams hard in the wall, so hard in fact that he jumps over the pit window itself and lands on the crew. Thankfully, none of the crew are there. Thankfully, there are no pit stalls there in that little space, and none of them were hurt, because there's that barrier. Thank God we have those barriers to protect our fans. Haha. Well, even if but hey, Aaron Williams is still in the final round. Anyway, let's go on board with Aaron Williams in slow motion. Here's what happened. Boom, tire, boom, slammed hard into the wall, and he flips over. Like I said, though, he's still in the playoffs. He's still in the final round. It'll be an embarrassing. Oh wow, that's what gotta be embarrassing. That's gotta be so embarrassing. Anyway, congratulations to Luke Walker on getting his first win of the season, and his first since the season finale last season. And here are your 11 drivers that are going to be advancing to the next round. Luke Walker, Lewis Gordon, Joseph Clark, Inter Expo, Avi Sachs, Aaron Williams, Jason Posada, Kyle Sanaski, Ben Ward, Barney Ward, and Aaron Mason. Those are the 11 drivers competing for the title. The only TA2 driver is going to be Luke Walker, but even if he wins at Zandjoltis, he will not be eligible for the title. So there are actually going to be 10 drivers. There are only going to be 10 drivers competing for the championship. It'll be 10 drivers competing for the title. Gordon, Clark, Expo, Sachs, Williams, Posada, Sanaski, the Wards, and Mason. Those are the 10 drivers eligible for the title heading to Zandjoltis. That's our next race. We'll have a consolation race for the other drivers that did not make it to the final round. It's an exhibition race. It's one more race to get one more Pokemon Cup Series seasons ended already. We'll have a consolation race for the drivers that didn't make it to the field, to the final round, and then we'll have the final round itself. So, hope you guys tune in, and we will see you later. Take care, everybody. Everybody, and welcome to the NASCAR Pokemon Cup Series Season 2 Finale Weekend. We're here live at Zandjoltis to decide who will be our champion of the NASCAR Pokemon Cup Series Season 2. Before we get to our final 11 race, we will do a exhibition race for the other drivers that didn't make it to the final round, but would like to get one more win out in their resume for the NASCAR from the PCS. And yeah, so this is an exhibition race for the rest of the drivers for their final race of the season, and it's going to be exciting, so sit back and relax and enjoy. So here's the starting lineup. You probably know the pole start already, but here's the starting lineup. Starting 31st is the 30 of Martin Zakala. Starting 30th is the 32 of Charles Jackson. Starting 29th is the 1 of George Ward. Starting 28th is the 43 of Mason Wood. Starting 27th is the 39 of Haley Hamilton. Starting 26th is the 88 of John Acosta. Starting 25th is the 6 of William Duncan. Starting 24th is the 33 of Matt McMurray. Starting 23rd is the 78 of Chris Dollarton. Starting 28th is the 18 of Dylan White. Starting 21st is the 5 of Monty Carroll. Starting 20th is the 26 of Charles Sanford. Starting 19th is the 83 of Hayden Klein. Starting 18th is the 27 of Mike Wallace. Starting 17th is the 10 of Leo Walker. Starting 16th is the 16 of Isaac Smith. 15th is the 34 of Jeremy McMurray. 14th is the 56 of Jason Marshall. And 13th is the 7 of Zach Golbeck. 12th is the 9 of Austin Talley, and 11 is the 55 of Brett Yates. 10th is the 36 John Radican, and 9th is the 51 of Jacob Lawler. Starting 8th is the 20 of Shane Ray, and 7th is the 77 of Tyson Broad. 6th is the 99 of Pichu, and 5th is the 42 of Chris Harley. 4th, it is the 13 of Seth Cole, and 3rd is the 38 of Riley Ogle. 2nd is the 17 of Ryan Acosta. 2nd is the 17 of Ryan Acosta, and on the pole, it is the 31 of Jordan Ippolito. So now, without further ado, let's hear those famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines!
And the cars are rolling off the track. Remember, this is an exhibition race. That's a consolation race for these other drivers. And after this race is over, we'll get to the main course. The final 11 event finale event. But right now, Jordan Ippolito leads the field for 21 laps of Zen Joltis action intensity. Well, it's an exhibition race, so it's not going to matter much, but they would love to get one more win before the season ends, before they get out of their cars and get to new ones, and we'll have new drivers next season, maybe. So here we go. Here we go, folks. Zen Joltis at its finest. And the green flag is out, and we're underway at Zen Joltis. And Jordan Ippolito already off to a lead. Get to the helicopter views, you see the... No, never mind. I thought I was going to do a helicopter, but I wouldn't. So, this is a good view. And Jordan Ippolito is pulling away. Wow, he's got a big lead. That's really not normal here for Zen Joltis. And there's already cars on the very bottom. And there's already 5 4-wide pack racing there, folks. That is what Zen Joltis is best known for. And Jordan Ippolito, and look at Tyson Broad. He's going to try to get the lead. Tyson Broad now in second. He'll try to go to the stripe. It's only the first lap, but could make a difference. We'll see. And he might make the move, leading the first lap. The others are making the move, but Jordan Ippolito will lead the first lap. 3 wide. 3 wide battle, folks. 3 wide physical battle. My goodness. Oh boy, and now Ippolito, now Leo Walker, Jacob Lawler. They're trying to add Jeremy McMurray. And oh boy, that's one of the... That is close. And Leo Walker's on the bottom. And now Leo Walker on the top. She's the leader now. Sorry. Here comes the Season 1 champion, Matt McMurray. Not here to defend his title, but here to get at least a victory in this season. Leading the first lap, it's going to be Leo Walker. Oh no, it's Matt McMurray. Matt McMurray led that lap. Wow, and there's a wreck in the back. And there is already a wreck. And whoa, Seth Cole's flipping. Whoa. We'll get to that later, but first, here's the race to the line. Matt McMurray leading. And now Matt McMurray is still holding on. George Rourke in the 1 is going on the bottom. And now it's going to be a race to the line. George and the 33, Matt McMurray, has the bottom. And now here comes the last turn. Anyone can make their moves at this stripe. But Matt McMurray will lead to the lap. Will lead to the stripe. And we just saw earlier Seth Cole wrecked out of an incident. And there was a ton of flipping. Let's see what happened. We'll get a good view on the helicopter view. Here's what happened in the wreck. There were 4 wide battling there in the back, and it happened around here somewhere. And you see here as one of them must have turned around. Oh, 26 Charles Sanford got into the 83. They spin out, and then the others go in and follow suit and wreck out. Ton of flippage there as there's like cars flipping, riding the walls, and buried beneath each other. Pichu is just on top of Hayden Klein and John Acosta. Oh my goodness. Wow, they are sandwiched together. Boom. Mike Wallace gets held up. John Acosta, and look at that. They're just buried below Pichu. How did that happen? Here's the far chase from John Acosta. You see an inclined Sanford. They get hit. They spin. There's them. They flip but together, and they're upside down. And they're riding and P2's just standing there on both of their cars. That is one unusual wreck in the back, but that's a big one that Zen Joltis is known for. Huge wreck involving these leaders. Yikes. Well, everyone's going to be alright, of course. Safety barriers. There's the pace car out. Now the question is, will anybody pit? Pit window is very close, so we'll see if anyone does pit. No one pits. As of yet. No one has pitted. And the ones that retired from the race because of that wreck: Charles Sanford, Austin Talley, Mason Wood, Hayden Klein, Riley Ogle, Seth Cole, John Acosta, and Pichu. And how fitting is Pichu going to be finishing in dead last this year, in this season. And we just got word Chris Harley has retired because of damage. So Harley is also retired from this race. So there'll only be about 21 cars left in the field. As we are fast forwarding ahead to the start of the green. And hold on one sec. This is really long. Oh, I apologize. I do apologize if it's too long. Here we go. We're going to get green next time by. Top 10, Matt McMurray, George Rourke, Leah Walker, Shane Ray, Isaac Smith, Charles Jackson, Tyson Broad, John Redican, Ryan Acosta, Jacob Lawler. Here we go. Green is going to be out again. Green is out again. At Zen Joltis. And Matt McMurray has the lead. Here comes Matt McMurray for the second spot. And now here comes George Rourke for the lead. And Shane Ray is following suit. Here comes the one of Matt McMurray. No, wait, the one of George Rourke. And George Rourke will make the move to the lead. And George Rourke does get the lead here as well. And now he's handing help from Shane Ray to bump into second. Now they're in two-car tandems right now. Here comes the one car. And now the one Sega is trying to get into it and make a move. And it's still side by side. Who's going to lead to the stripe? It's George Rourke. And now Shane Ray is looking to get second away. And we're still green at this point, and now the field is really much separated, but there's still about pack racing left. And the 20 is going for the lead. Chris Dollarton is on the bottom. And here comes the 33. Matt McMurray trying to get second away, and Matt McMurray will get second away. And Matt McMurray is now going for the lead again. He's trying to retake the lead, but Zach Goldbeck on the bottom as well. Oh, wow, they slammed the door on both. George Rourke slams the door on both drivers. And now Zach Goldbeck's going for the second spot, as we have 12 laps to go. 12 laps to go at Zandjoltis. And George Rourke is pulling away a little bit. Here comes the 31 though of Chris. Here's a 31 of Jordan Ippolito. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, we're in the daytime version of Zandjoltis. The top 11 finale will be actually going to be at the night version of Zandjoltis. Remember, with all the bouncing cars and stuff. This one does not have any bouncing cars, but it's a clean race pretty much. But there's except for one caution so far. And George Rourke is using this to an advantage as he's taking the lead. And it's 5-wide battle for second, and surprisingly no one is caught up to George Rourke. Leah Walker now in second, and Leah's going to try to make her move. Oh, she's down the yellow, and now they're pitting. Oh, the top three have now pitted. They have decided to pit now. And who's the leader? Mike Wallace's lap. And the one got the lead. The 30 of Martin Zakala is the leader. 11 laps to go, and the three drivers, including the leader, the one pitted. Oh, by the way, the pit window does not come in until after they cross the line, so on the very first turn, we could decide who pits and who does not. Unlike in the other Zandjoltis, the pit window begins actually after the checkered flag. No, after the start-finish line stripe. So they don't go into the pits until after they have passed the stripe. Now the others are on the bottom, and it looks like they might be pitting. And they will pit. And these guys are pitting, including the 36 John Radican are pitting as well. And the leader, I think, they have reached Mike Wallace. And Mike Wallace is a lap down. And Charles Jackson's going to try to use that to his advantage for the lead. And Charles Jackson has the lead as Mike Wallace holds up the other drivers in the back. We have 10 laps to go here at Zandjoltis. William Duncan is now the leader. Here he comes for the lead. Going on the bottom. And William Duncan might have the lead, but the question is, will any of these have enough fuel to make it to the pit? And William Duncan is still battling side by side with Charles Jackson, but he might be thinking he might pit soon. Now the 18 is on the bottom, and I think that is probably a sign he's pitting. And the 6 is also on the bottom. He's going to pit as well. 9 laps to go, and these guys pit. The others are out of their pit stalls, and now the leader is going to be Charles Jackson. Charles Jackson is now the leader, and these 4 guys have not pitted so far yet in this race. Will they pit? Will fuel strategy work out for them, or will they have to pit sometime, somewhere, sometime? Remember, the pit window does not begin after they've crossed the start-finish line, so they could run out, so they can coax it there and still probably get the win if they don't slow up on the final turn. Here comes the 56 of Jason Marshall. He only appeared in the first half of the series, and now he's trying to get to the lead. And Jason Marshall's now second. Charles Jackson's still the leader as he's still battling Ryan Acosta for second. And now the pit stall. The decision must be made. Will they pit? And Charles Jackson and Jason Marshall, and the 3 of them will pit. With 8 laps to go. And the leader is going to be... I cannot tell who the leader is. It has to be Monica Carroll. No. Not sure who exactly the leader is. It might be the 17. Oh no, he came out of the pit stall. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure who's the leader. This is all a bit confusing. I guess which way goes, well, I guess someone has to be the leader. I apologize really, I cannot find who leads it. I am so sorry. I am really sorry, I couldn't find anyone who leads. We'll check back for updates as these guys have already made their way out of the pit stall. And I'm not sure if this is a battle for the lead, but Tyson Broad and the 16 Isaac Smith. And there's Charles Jackson out of the pits. Not exactly quite sure who's the leader, but this might be the battle for the win. I don't know. Either way, it's a big battle here. And we might pass lap 15 by now. It's going to be about 7 laps to go when they hit the stripe. And it'll be 7 to go when they hit the stripe. Who is the leader? And it is the 16 of Isaac Smith. I was right all along. This is the battle for the lead here. The pit stops cycle out and Isaac Smith is now the leader. 7 laps to go as pit stops cycle out. And now Shane Ray is going for the second spot. Got some familiar faces back in. And we've only had 1 caution at Zandolta so far. Pretty unusual. And Shane Ray is going to go for the battle. Matt McMurray is going for second. No, Matt. Oh, boy. They're moving around like crazy. They're moving around like crazy. 6 laps to go when they hit the stripe. Here comes Matt McMurray for the lead. The 17 will not play a factor in the lap traffic. 6 laps to go. And Isaac Smith still has the lead. Shane Ray is trying to hang on second. Is there a caution? And yes, there is a caution. Caution is out with 6 laps to go. And it might be the 17. I'm not quite sure who caused the caution, but it might be the 17. And he's very slow on the track. I don't know what's going on. He just came out of the pit stall. So I'm not... he just came out of the pit stall. Let's see when the caution came out. The lights have to come up somewhere. And Not here, not right now. Let's see. The lights come up. The lights came up. Let's see what happened. It was either debris or something. Must have been something. No, I don't think it was anything. It was either debris or debris or Ryan Acosta stopped on the track. I really did not know. I don't know what happened to Ryan Acosta. He went out of his pit stall and somehow he slowed down a bit. He slowed down and he never got back up. Must have had a problem with the car on the pits. I guess his pit crew did something wrong. And since there was only 6 laps to go when they hit the stripe, we'll have about 1 or 2 laps to go into the end of the race. Remember, this is only an exhibition race. Won't count anything but a win. The win would count towards your resume, but it's not going to matter about the championship hopes and stuff. It's just an exhibition race for the others who did not make it to the final round. And the pace car lights are out. We're going to have 2 laps to go when we hit the stripe. It's going to be a 2-lap shootout here at Zenjoltis to decide the winner of this exhibition race. And your top 5 are Isaac Smith, Shane Ray, Matt McMurray, Tyson Broad, Jacob Lawler, William Duncan, George Rourke, Chris Dollerton, Leia Walker, Charles Jackson make up the rest of the top 10. It's going to be a wild... Sorry about that. It's going to be a wild race. 20 cars are on the lead lap. Any one of these drivers could win. Here we go, folks. Green's going to come out. And the pace car's out of pits, and the green is out again at Zenjoltis. 2 laps to go. It's a 2-lap battle for the finish. And the top 2 are pulling away. And here comes Shane Ray. Can Shane Ray make the move? And Shane Ray is going to make the move for the lead. Shane Ray's looking to get to the stripe. And he's gonna, and the 16 shuts his door. The 16 will shut his door. And the 16 Isaac Smith's the leader. It's a 3-wide battle for second. And if it keeps up like that, Isaac Smith might just pull away with the victory. And Shane Ray is still in the second spot. Will Isaac Smith be able to hold them off? Uh-oh, here comes the turn, and Shane Ray's got a clear shot. White flag is going to be out. Isaac Smith is going to see the white flag. 1 lap to go at Zenjoltis. Any one of the drivers could win. And the 16 Isaac Smith still has a lead over Shane Ray. Will Shane Ray have enough time? There's still green flags, so we'll race it to the line. Oh! And Shane Ray had to back up a bit, and he's on the high side. The 78 Chris Dollerton is on the bottom. He's looking to get second. And Leia Walker's looking to get second as well. Isaac Smith still has a shot. He could still hold off the 78 and the others. Still a big battle racing for the win. And here comes the turn. And now Dollerton's on the bottom. Here he comes for the lead. Coming off the final turn. Who's going to win the race? And Dollerton makes the pass. But who's going to win it? It's going to be Smith or Smith. It's Dollerton. Chris Dollerton makes the last lap pass for the win. Unbelievable. Chris Dollerton wins on a last lap pass. Incredible. And he wins the exhibition race. What a race. Let's see how close that was. Man, oh man, was that close. Waited until the last turn to make his move. Let's see how close that margin of victory was. It was close. And this was the margin of victory. Look at that. That was very close for the win. What a win for Chris Dollarton. And what a way to end his season. Great job for Chris Dollarton on winning in the exhibition race. And a good job there for the other drivers. So Chris Dollarton comes home with a victory here at this exhibition race. Isaac Smith 2nd, Leah Walker 3rd, Jeremy McMurray 4th, Jacob Lawler 5th, Dylan White 6th, Zach Golbeck 7th, Jordan Ippolito 8th, Jason Marshall 9th, and Haley Hamilton 10th. And you see the rest of the field as they are retired for wrecks. And now the moment has finally come. The finale, the Under the Lights finale, here also at Zandvoorts. 11 drivers will compete for the championship. And now, without further ado, let's head on to that race. Hello, and now we are here at the final round at Zandvoorts. 11, remember I said earlier that 11 drivers was competing for the title? Well, I decided to add one more driver to that table, and that is the 78 of Chris Dollarton. The reason why I added him, because he won the exhibition race earlier, and I wanted to make it now a 12-car field so that it would be equivalent to the Chase, where the Chase has 12 drivers. So yeah, I wanted to make that equivalent. So now there are 12 drivers competing for the title. Actually, no, we're still at 11, and also we want to make it 11 since Luke Walker is not going to be eligible to win the title even if he wins here tonight. So anyway, here's the championship starting lineup for the final round, and any one of these 12 could win the title. Here we go. Starting in 12th is the 78 of Chris Dollarton, who won the exhibition race. Starting 11th is the 14 of Aaron Mason, who got in from the last chance qualifier. He was third in the last chance qualifier, and look where he is now, in the final round competing for a title. So you could say that Mason Dollarton are the wild card drivers. Starting 10th is the 21 of Jason Posada. Starting 9th is the 22 of Lewis Gordon. He's trying to win his first title after he finished second last year with Matt McMurray. Starting 8 is the 24 of Joseph Clark, tied for the lead for most wins of the season with 3. Starting 7 is the 29 of Barney Ward. Starting 6 the 48 of Aaron Williams. Starting 5th is the 2 of Ben Ward. Starting 4th is the 47 of Enter Expo, who's also tied for the lead with 3 wins. 3rd is the 15 of Konstantinovsky. 2nd is the 11 of Abby Sack. And on the pole, it is our second round winner, the 93 of Luke Walker. How awesome is that to have Luke in the pole? Now, even though Luke is on the pole, if he wins here, he will not be eligible to win the title, since he's a TH2 driver. So if Luke Walker were to win here, the second place driver would win the championship. So that's how the system goes. And now, without further ado, for the final time, let's hear those famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines!
And the 12 championship contenders are off, and their engines have begun, and no one is having any problems. So everyone is competing for the title. 12 drivers, but only one driver can win the Season 2 Pokemon Cup Series Championship. Sorry about that. Anyway, the winner of Season 2, the Pokemon Cup Series, will keep his ride for next season, whether we move to another car or not. He will have a ride. The champion of Season 2 would have a ride for next season, Season 3. And now Luke Walker is going to lead the field for 12 laps of championship action. It'll be 20 laps, I meant. Here we go. And the green flag is out, and the championship race is underway. And now these 12 drivers are going to compete for the title. And remember, even if Luke Walker wins this race, he will not win the championship. The one finishing in second will. But that's only if Luke Walker wins. Luke Walker got in from the second round, for winning the second round playoff at Orange City. And here's Barney Ward for battling for second against Lewis Gordon. He got in from the first round win of the playoffs. And Lewis Gordon, he knows this track very well. He won the Pichu and Ponypalooza in Season 1. And now he's looking for revenge. He's looking to win a title after finishing second to Matt McMurray last season. And now here comes Jason Posada battling for the 3 wide for the lead. Oh, they're close. They're close. Whoa. Remember, if they wreck out, that's it for their title hope, so they better be careful. But Zenjoltis Knight has some tricky bumps, so it's unavoidable bumps, so there's somewhat going to be a victim of those, or victims of wrecks. But we'll see if anyone will survive. This is pretty much survival of the fittest. And now the leader of the first lap is going to be Jason Posada, but Avi Sachs is now the leader as he pulls away quickly. And uh-oh, we had a wreck. Chris Dollarton and Luke Walker and Barney Ward is hit as well. But no caution. They wrecked out with damage, but no caution. I am shocked. I am really shocked. They had damage in their cars. I wonder why it didn't cause a caution. So here's what happened in that little mix-up. Dollarton, Luke Walker, and Barney Ward, they all suffer the jump glitch. And Dollarton is actually high up, and so is Barney Ward, and they scraped the wall. Dollarton and Luke Walker jumps as well, and for some reason, that did not bring out the caution. What if there's a ton of debris flying through that turn? There had to be a caution somewhere. Well, those championship hopes for those 3 are over. And now it's only down to 9 drivers competing for the title. At least Dollarton got in his one lap of glory. At least he tried for the championship. That was a great effort for him. Same for Barney Ward and same for Luke Walker, who did not win Luke Walker did not win a race in Season 2 until the second round playoff. But it was a nice run for those 3, and they should be happy that they made it this far. Anyway, it's about Avi Sachs pulling away to the lead. Ben Ward is second, but Ben Ward is trying to catch up. And Ben Ward is now in second. Ben Ward has 2 wins in the series. He won very early in the season, didn't get much after that, but he's looking to make a comeback. And now the 2 winningest drivers in the Pokemon Cup Series Season 2 are battling it out for third. Joseph Clark and Interexpo. We got some familiar faces in this field. Uh-oh, here comes Joseph Clark. He's trying to get on the high side, and it's not gonna work. And here comes the 24, Joseph Clark. He's going on the bottom now, and this time it will work. And now they're in a 2-car tangent with each other. It's gonna get close. But there's like a lot of jumps, bumps, and oh, Luke Walker's up on high, and he's on the catch fence. Luke Walker just jumped above, and he's on the catch fence, and the caution is out. Wow. Now the caution is out. Oh, Luke Walker. Barney Ward is spinning in the pits. As if their days could get any worse. This is why I love this track. You never know what happens. Oh, wow. Caution's out. Who's going to lead to the field? Interexpo. And Koslanowski on the bumper. But he's not going to make the move. And Interexpo will lead to the caution. Unless if he suffers the jumping glitch, then, well, he's going to be okay. Oh, wow. How the tables have turned for Luke Walker. Let's see that replay. As you see here, he's about to get into the pits, and then all of a sudden, the jumping came in. He jumped about around and around, and look at him. He's flying towards the catch fence, and boom! He hits the catch fence. It might have hit a couple fans here and there somehow, and he's stuck on it. Wow. That was one misadventure he had. On board with Luke. Oh, we'll get to Barney Ward later. Sorry about that. So it was death by misadventure. Ha ha. No, he's not dead. He's alright. Luke is alright. And here's the wreck again from the TV2 view. You see Luke flying, and boom, hits the catch fence. Hadn't it been for the system, he probably would have been around the fans and would have killed a couple fans in a while. But that catch fence must have saved lives. It saved countless lives, but some are injured because of it. But hey, some fans were injured because of the debris flying around. And now let's see what happened to Barney Ward. He was trying to get in the pits, and then he jumps around. And I don't know why he's in the grass, but he's just trying to have some fun because his championship hopes are over. And then the engine blew up. And then there's even more. Tries to jump, and look at him going high. Just riding around, just flying in the sky. And boom, he slams into the pit wall, and he flips around in the pits. And well, the good news is he landed in his own pit stall, so he doesn't have to go anywhere. Landed in his own pit stall. Wow, that Jolsters can be funny sometimes. But what is serious right now is that Inter Expo is the leader in this championship race. But the question is, will they pit? And Chris Dollarton's the only one unaffected from this, from them. And Luke Walker will finish 12th. Barney Ward will finish 11th. And anyone is in the pits? No one? I don't think no one's in the pits. And Chris Dollarton might play a factor. He might play a factor in the lead. We will see. Oh no, Dollarton's actually on the lead lap, but with the damage he suffered earlier, is not going to really do much to catch up unless if he has a miracle run. And now the top 5. Inter Expo, Lewis Gordon, Aaron Mason, Aaron Williams, and Avi Sachs. And the green flag is out again in the championship race. And look at Lewis Gordon. He's on the bumper of the 47. Bump drafting, literally. He's literally bump drafting him. But he might not. He might have done it for too long, as Aaron Williams is looking to get second away from Lewis Gordon. Aaron Williams, the PRWC co-founder, he looks to get another championship to his resume. Lewis Gordon trying to improve from his second last year. And he won a P2 Pony Palooza. This would be a benefit for Lewis Gordon. But Inter Expo, one of the winningest drivers in the PCS, he is going for the lead. It's been a dominating season for Inter Expo. He's tied for the most wins with 3, and he might have gotten a win or 2 last season. So that's going to equal, it's going to be even more. And now Ben Ward is going for the second spot. He's been very dominant very early. And he dropped off a little bit, but later he came roaring back. And now Ben Ward's going for the lead. He actually gave up the win in the first round playoffs after he couldn't have enough fuel to run into the pits and to the restart, and gave the win to his brother Barney in a very nice gesture or something like that. But yet Ben Ward is still in it, and he advanced in the first round, second round, and now he's in the final round. Looks to make a big difference, but Aaron Williams is in second, and Lewis Gordon is bumping into third. Still all about Inter Expo from here. And Joseph Clark is in the bottom below, so he might not play a factor unless that 24s get lucky. And we haven't had a pit stop yet, so that pit stops could play a factor into deciding the winner. And now Lewis Gordon's going for the lead. Here comes Lewis Gordon going for the lead. He's in second he was second last year, and now he's looking to get a championship this season. And now Lewis Gordon has the lead, but there's 11 laps to go. We're halfway through this race. Anything can happen, especially there is Kyle Sinoski, and Ben Ward looks to get the lead. Haven't really talked about Sinoski a lot. He had wins. He has a few wins to his belt. And now he's looking to get a championship in an unexpected run. And Avi Sachs looks to get to the lead. The only way he got in was his win at ORP very early in the season. And his dominating finishes in the playoff spots actually got him into this round. So Avi Sachs, he looks to become the dark horse. He looks to win the championship. Might be his first championship in his NR 2003 career, but Jason Posada is going to say no to that as he goes for the lead. He's in second now as Ben Ward is now the leader. Ben Ward's the leader, and Joseph Clark looks to get on the bottom. He's making his comeback return. And Ben Ward is now in the lead. Jason Posada is second, and Joseph Clark behind him in third. Ten laps to go in the championship race. And now Ben Ward is holding on to second. Joseph Clark has moved to second as well. And now the 24's teammate Aaron Williams looks to make it in. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I thought they had something. I thought they wrecked it, but oh, wow. And Joseph Clark is not making it easy on his teammate. Not making it easy on the others or something like that. And here comes Joseph Clark for the lead. They're still beating and banging for the lead. Lewis Gordon, though, is trying to get in on the fun as well. And Lewis Gordon gets the lead. Lewis Gordon, the leader, but Interexpo, a tough driver, looks to be one of the favorites to win, is in second, and he's bump drafting him to the front. Maybe they wanted to duke it out one-on-one. Lewis Gordon knows the track very well. He won the P2 and Pony Palooza last season, where it had PCS drivers against MLP Cup Series drivers. And speaking of which, the MLP Cup Series Season 2 is coming in next month. Right now we have 9 laps to go to decide our champion. And Lewis Gordon is pulling off to a big lead, but it might not be for long as Jason Posada is charging in second. And Kyle Sinoski tries to make the move onto the front. And here comes Joseph Clark looking to get the second spot away. He is also a 3-time winner this season. Oh, on the bumper. Oh, and they wreck out. Jason Posada's around. And they jump around and they held up a lot of the field. And they're still spinning and now they spun. And that should bring out the caution. And Kyle Sinoski is down. Aaron Mason might have gotten a piece. Wow. Caution is out. Who's going to lead to the field? There's not going to be a lot of laps left when they hit the stripe. I think about 3 or 4 we're going to have left after the caution period has ended. Now Joseph Clark has the lead. Will Aaron Williams, though, or Ben Ward have a challenge? And let's see if Ben Ward is 24-2, and it's going to be, I think, Joseph Clark. And it was Joseph Clark. Joseph Clark led to the caution. And now let's see what happened below. What happened back there? Here's what happened. Kyle Sinoski and Jason Posada, and he jumped around. Aaron Mason gets held up as well. It's 21 riding on the fence. Sinoski's also riding below. That didn't cause a caution, but this next one, the spin in the 21, did. Right here. The spin out caused the caution. And there, yeah, and that ends Posada's hopes of a title. And so probably Sanoski and maybe even Aaron Mason's. Wow. Very interesting turn of events, folks. Very interesting. Joseph Clark is the leader, but the question is, will they pit? They haven't pitted today, and we've added pit stops to the series, so we might see a pit stop or two soon. And there they go. They're going to be going to the pit stop. They're going to have pit stops. And everyone in the field is going to pit, so basically whoever comes out of the pit stall first is going to be the leader heading to the stripe. Let's take a look from the pit lane 2 camera, and we'll see who will be coming out of the stripe first. It's a long way down to pit road, remember. Pit road, well, let's see if they actually are in pits. And they're going to come down to the pit road. The leader should come down right about now. And here they are. All drivers that are remaining on the track are going to be going for pit stops. So basically, the one who gets out first is going to be the leader And it's crucial that they get the pit stops right. So here goes nothing. They're in the pits. Let's see who gets out there first. And no mess-ups on the pits, okay? It looks to be Joseph Clark, Ben Ward, and it's Joseph Clark that's going to be out of the pit stall first and will get the lead to the stripe. So Joseph Clark was able to keep his lead. And there's Sanoski, the last one out. So Joseph Clark is out of the pit stall first, and he will keep his lead. But will it be for long? Ben Ward is second out. Lewis Gordon is third out. Aaron Mason is fourth. Interexpo is fifth. I don't know who was sixth. It was either... Oh, whoa. They jumped up and up. Wow. Wow, they jumped. It might have been Chris Dollarton. Then it's Aaron Williams. Oh, Posada's jumping, and Posada and Sachs both wreck out! They both wreck! Unbelievable! What a stunning turn of events! Avi Sachs and Jace Posada, unfortunately, get unlucky and are the victims of the jumping glitch. And here it is again. Look at this. Posada and Avi Sachs, they get jumped up and down. Oh, man. And Posada goes for a wild ride. Avi Sachs spins out. Oh, boy. I'm not sure if that's going to prolong the caution. And if it does, it might be likely that Joseph Clark could come home with the title. Kyle Sanoski got a piece of it, but he already has damage worse than it is, so he might not be contention. Onboard camera with Jason Posada. Wow. Unlucky coincidence, and it cost these two drivers and probably Sanoski the title. Well, Sanoski's already far from the title of all the damage he suffered from the last wreck. So what a stunning turn of events for those two drivers, and unfortunately those two are not going to be able to fight for the title. There will only be 7 drivers, or maybe even 6, that'll fight for the title. And those drivers are Joseph Clark, Ben Ward, Lewis Gordon, Aaron Mason, Interexpo, Chris Dollarton, and Aaron Williams. It is going to be a huge dogfight, as we're going to only have 4 laps to go. The next flag after this ends the race, regardless. Next flag ends it with 4 to go. A caution flag, white flag, maybe soon. We'll see. The next flag, whether it is yellow or white, will end the race. So here we go, folks. 4 laps to go to decide our champion of Season 2 of the Pokemon Cup Series. Will it be the 3-time winner Joseph Clark, or will it be the 2-time winner Ben Ward, who has the same number as our Sprint Cup Series champion Brad Keselowski? Or will it be Lewis Gordon, the guy who finished second last year, is looking to get revenge here? Or will it be even Aaron Mason? It could be in 4th, who actually qualified from the last chance qualifier and now is in the finals. Or will it be Interexpo, the other guy who has 3 wins? Heck, it could even be Chris Dollarton, slowing down, and he could make it in. Got in via the spot from the exhibition race. Or maybe even Aaron Williams, the legend, the PRWC founder and legend of the NR 2003 community, could come away with the championship. Any one of these drivers could win. And this is exciting, folks. They're heading to the stripe, and they're going to take the green for one more time. Pace car is going to the pits, and here we go. The championship fight is on. And the green is out again, and 4 to go here for the championship. And a good start by Joseph Clark. And Ben Ward and Joseph Clark fighting for the title. But any one of these drivers could win, like I said. And here comes Ben Ward in the 2 for the lead. And here comes Interexpo for 3rd. And Ben Ward is in the lead. Will the luck of the 2 spread onto the series? Here comes Interexpo, one of the winningest drivers this season, looking to get the lead. He's looking to win here, folks. 3 laps to go when they hit the stripe. Lewis Gordon behind the Interexpo. He's looking to make his move. And here comes Lewis Gordon for the lead. Ben Ward gets a little clipping, but it doesn't get matter. It's not a caution. And Interexpo still leading. It's going to be 3 to go when they hit the stripe. Will there be a caution? No, there will not. 3 to go. Interexpo is now Ben Ward. It's back to the top 2 again. Here comes Joseph Clark for the 3rd spot. How fitting it would be if 1-2 are the 2 drivers that won 3 races. But Ben Ward trying to spoil that party as he's getting the lead. Looks to add his name to the championship's names of TA2 Racing. Along with Matt McMurray, Max Skinner, Seth Cole, and Alex Tanker. The other champions who won in our other leagues. Here we go, folks. Interexpo is in 2nd now. Lewis Gordon is... Well, no, wait. Sorry about that. The 24 is in 3rd. And Ben Ward still leading the stripe. Will there be a caution? Heading into the stripe right about now. No, there will not. There'll be 2 to go. And Ben Ward still has a big lead over Lewis Gordon, but the question is, will they survive the bumps? Or will they even pit in the last second because they couldn't make it on fuel? Here comes Lewis Gordon. He's looking to have a big run, and he's on the high side. That is not a good move you want to do. That is not a good move. Or is it? And no, he gets held up by Ben Ward, and Aaron Mason's going to go for 2nd. And Aaron Mason's for the lead. Here he comes. Aaron Mason for the lead. And Aaron Mason has the lead, but Aaron Williams on the bumper. It's going to be a drag race, folks. Oh boy, it's intense. Aaron Williams is looking to get it in as well. They're going to be 4 wide for the lead. White flag is about to be displayed. Who will be the champion of Season 2? Aaron Williams might lead at the stripe. White flag is out. 1 to go for these drivers to win the title. Lewis Gordon looking to make a comeback. He's on 4 wide for the 3rd spot. And now the stops are pulled. All stops are pulled. They have to make it in. Lewis Gordon's got one more chance to make the move on Aaron Williams. Started in the field in 7th. He's looking to make a comeback move tonight. And Aaron Williams is looking to pull away against Lewis Gordon. Something must be wrong with the car. And that might just be it, folks. Lewis Gordon might not have enough time. And Aaron Williams in the lead, but Joseph Clark is looking a hard charge for 2nd. Could it be a Hendrick Motorsports 1-2? Now Aaron Mason's going to try to make the move for the lead. Uh-oh! It's going to be a final turn battle. It's virtually a battle between these 3 drivers. Aaron Mason, Aaron Williams, or Joseph Clark. Gonna be a wild finish. 1 more turn to go. And here it comes. Who's gonna win the title for Season 2 of the Pokemon Cup Series? And it's gonna be the 48 or the 14. And it's the 48 of Aaron Williams. And Aaron Williams is your Season 2 Pokemon Cup Series champion. What a race. Aaron Williams. And now Aaron Williams is your Season 2 Pokemon Cup Series champion. Incredible race. He started all the way in the bottom 7th on the restart and made all the way back to the win. What a race, and what a season for the 48 of Aaron Williams. An amazing season. They've won the title. Can you believe it? And Aaron Mason gave it a good effort for that last run in Season 2. He came from the last chance qualifier in 3rd. And got in from 2nd. Got in the 1st and 2nd rounds and made it to the finals. And it just wasn't enough. But what a Cinderella run for Aaron Mason. What a run for Aaron Mason. Coming from the last chance qualifier to finish 2nd. But he just couldn't pull off the upset. 3rd is Joseph Clark. A little disappointed seeing that he has 3 wins this season and not a title. But it did get a good run in 3rd place. Not a bad run for the 24. And we might see him next year. 4th was Ben Ward. Oh, what an effort he put with a few laps to go. And he just couldn't quite pull it off. Wow. He just couldn't quite pull it off. The other drivers are going into the pits, and Aaron Williams is having his victory lap. Aaron Williams is having his victory lap. Wow. And Lewis Gordon finishes 5th. A disappointing season for Lewis Gordon. Only 1 win, but he did make it this far. And he put up a great effort. 6th is Interexpo. Very disappointed that he had 3 wins early, and yet he couldn't get another one in the late season, and he did make it to the finals. But hey, he did make it in, and unfortunately it just wasn't enough. But a 6th place finish is really good. It's okay. He might be back next season. And 7th is the 78 of Chris Dollarton. He had suffered damage earlier, and it probably cost him the chance of winning. But a 7th place to make it this far is just unbelievable. An incredible run. 8th is, and now the retired drivers. 8th is Jason Posada in the 21. And he retired early in the race, but a great season for him. Made it this far, and it wasn't the result he wanted, but it was not a bad effort either. 9th was the 15th of Kyle Sanaski. Great run that came to an end early in the race, but Sanaski did have a couple wins, and he had a good season. He made it to the top 10. And 10th was the 11 of Avi Sachs. His only victory came very early in his own host race at ORP. He is the only driver in the season to win in his host race, but that's got to be something for Avi Sachs. And a promising in our 2003 career he will have. 11th is the 29 of Barney Ward. At least he and his brother made it this far. They worked so hard together, and now, well, it paid off almost, but not a bad run, though. And finally, the last one, 12th, is Luke Walker in the 93. Not been the season he wanted. His first win came in the second round of the playoffs, but Luke Walker is happy that he did make it to the finals, and the only driver in TA2 racing to make it in, despite Pichu and Leia having wins. So that is all for the 12, and the others, drivers that missed the field, they had a great season. They worked their hardest, and, well, they did great. They made it this far in the Pokemon Cup Series. Well, they didn't make it to the final round here, but they did make it far to the playoffs, and I want to congratulate all the drivers on their terrific effort and good work, and good finishes and stuff. And we've had some surprises here and there, but it's been a great season nevertheless. It's been an amazing ride in Season 2. And our champion is now going to be in Victory Lane celebrating his title. Aaron Williams is your Pokemon Cup Series Season 2 champion. Now we're about to show you the winner's car, as Aaron Williams will keep the 48 for next year, Season 3. And now let me find the car. Let's see. I think this will work out fine. Anyway, congratulations to Aaron Williams on winning the championship for Season 2. This is the second championship for Randy Orton Fan 2011 in the NASCAR, in the Pokemon, in the TA2 Racing Leagues. This is the second championship in the TA2 Racing Leagues. Giovanna Esposito won in a shocking fashion in the first season and the lone season of the Netflix Nationwide Series. He now joins the ranks of Matt McMurray in Season 1's Pokemon Cup Series champion. Also joins the ranks of Seth Cole for the WSCT Angry Birds IndyCar, Alex Tanker for the Kuroko F1, Jack Richards in the PRWC, that guy with the glasses truck, Esposito in the Nationwide Series, and Max Skinner in the first season of the MLP Cup Series, as champions in the TA2 Racing Leagues. Well, it's been a great ride for you guys. We've had 45 races of ups and downs, but overall it was another great season for the Pokemon Cup Series. I want to thank you all, 43 or so drivers drivers who competed in the Pokemon Cup Series. It really means a lot to me. This was my first series I've ever started on NR2003 and on YouTube, and it's been a successful run. And now we hope to see you in Season 3, which by the time Season 3 comes by, we'll have the new 2013 mods coming out. And if 2013 mods come out, we will definitely use those mods for the season. It's going to be one heck of a season. There'll be some new races here and there, and probably new drivers signing up next season, Season 3. But nevertheless, it would be a promising season. But first, I gotta get to the other series first. The next series I'm doing is the NASCAR MLP Cup Series Season 2. And this year, we're using the Boring mod again. The alternate Boring mod, the same one that was used in Go24 Jeff Gordon 2011's Drive to End Hunger Season 3 Cup Series. Season 3 of the Drive to End Hunger Cup Series. And I can't wait for that, because they would fit with these other cars, and they would race against each other in the the second annual Pichu and Pony Palooza. Aaron Williams is going to be keeping his 48 for next season, Season 3. And probably add another driver or two into next season, but we'll see who it is. But right now, Aaron Williams has won the championship for Season 2. The underdog that came from 7th to the start with 4 to go, and he takes the win away at Zanjoltis. An amazing season for the 48 team, and wow, it's just been incredible. It's been an unpredictable and incredible season, folks. I want to thank everyone who watched, and yeah. So we'll see you over at Pichu Walker on YouTube for the Season 2 of the MLP Cup Series. Also, there'll be more videos of non-NR2003 stuff you guys know and love on TA2 a lot in 2013, next year. It's going to be a big year for this channel and Pichu Walker as well, as I'm planning a lot of new leagues for the Pichu Walker channel. So be sure to subscribe to both channels for more racing and more stuff I decide to put out if I'm bored one day and I decided to put stuff up. Anyway, thanks for watching this. Congrats to Aaron Williams on being the Season 2 champion, and we will see you all later. This is the Account Second here, and I'll see you later.